Mike, turn your games down.
I regard a movie episode of Games My Mom Found. I am Mike Albertin, and who has no idea what's going on with me tonight?
I'm Tiffany Albertin, and I definitely don't know what's going on.
Hi, everybody. It's Kenneth Sanity, and I absolutely know what's going on.
Yes.
And I'm Bill Tucker from The Gamer Looks at 40, and I know mostly what's going on. I'm like 85% there, but I'm looking forward to being 100% illuminated for this movie.
I'm at like 40%.
85. I mean,
Hey, that's better than me.
That's better than me. I'd say...
You're more 60.
I was going to say, I'd say maybe 50.
If this wasn't for a podcast, I would have turned off the movie and walked away multiple times.
I missed parts. I don't read very fast, so I missed parts of it, and Mike didn't want to keep rewinding it.
And our Blu-ray skipped too, so that didn't help.
We skipped, so we...
Yours too.
Oh, so it isn't.
So I don't know exactly what we missed.
Most of mine was at the beginning.
Oh, ours was in the middle.
Right in the middle, yeah.
You see her pulling a red bag, and then all of a sudden, she's somewhere else.
Oh, really?
Oh, no,
that's a shame.
The movie's just like that.
I was going to say, that could be part of the movie, too.
Oh, it felt like no, because the DVD paused.
It did skip.
Yeah, it definitely skipped. Because it paused for a bit, then it came back, and it was somewhere else.
I was like, no!
That whole section is weird.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some weird stuff going on there with the cinematography. I saw this on AMC Plus. Got myself a little 7-day free trial.
Hey, me too.
Yeah.
I know it's on AMC Plus.
Yep.
Even in our country?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all in your country.
Well, Netflix on Amazon Prime. No, on Prime it wouldn't let me watch this in America. I was tempted to do the VPN and change countries.
And Bill, did you move to a different country? Because that would be wise at this point. But I was just wondering.
You don't need to.
No. I'm still here. I just I don't know
about it sometimes.
Yeah, no, I'm still here. I don't run from bitches.
Nice.
Hey, you can go to a rally tomorrow and see one. Not that far from you, Ken.
I'm not.
He's like, I'm good.
All right, we are here to talk about.
No.
We are here to talk about A Tale of Two Sisters, a Korean film directed by Kim Ji-woon that came out in 2003. Can't talk. And the only reason why we're covering this is because the damn poster told me to do it.
That's right, everybody. It's another poster pick.
Yeah.
It only took 3 months or so.
Wait, what? I didn't hear what you said.
It took a while to get to this one.
Oh, yeah.
So why did it take so long to get to this one, Mike?
Because it wasn't streaming anywhere, I thought.
Uh-huh.
So I thought when you said Mike would hate it, I thought it was going to be like all bloody and gory. And that's a logical thought since the cover.
The cover is 2 girls covered in blood?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Oh, and Ken, I found out I really, really don't like when a woman or any figure stands there with the darkness, like the way that she looks and her arm is all crooked. That really just bothers me.
Did you jump?
Yeah, I did not like that.
He was like, oh, there were some bad jump scares. I was like, jump scares weird.
I did not. The way she moves, I think she teleported like a couple feet. Like, I cannot handle that look.
He's a ghost, she glad.
You're something about like the arm twisted. I'm just like, nope.
Ladies and gentlemen of the podcast, I think it's important to note that this is one of Mike's first experiences with Asian horror.
Yeah.
Yes,
it is.
Okay.
They all look like that. It's a very common
I'm aware.
trope.
I've seen The Ring, but the American version a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like that kind of counts, but not really.
No.
I know.
No.
Like if when we get around to is it Japanese or Korean for The Grudge?
Japanese.
Okay, the one that you want me to watch.
I'm about to watch
Ring
all
is
sorts of Korean
also
horror because now I'm obsessed with it.
I don't want to watch more, but I will at some point. I don't want to. No, I found out that whole look just makes me uncomfortable.
It's a little strange. Did we talk about like what our starting points with this was? I don't think anyone.
No.
So Ken, I think you're probably the only one who's seen this before because I have not seen this before. I knew of this from Reputation. So when I did see this come up on the poster, I'm like, ooh, isn't that like Asian car? And I looked at, oh yes, it is. And I'd never seen it, but I knew it by Reputation. Ken, have you seen this?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, yeah, I that was my guess because I remember. I think you might have commented on the TikTok or whatever it was, being with a little bit of glee. There was some joy and glee in your response.
Absolutely. Like I love Asian horror. I love Thai horror. I love Japanese horror. I love Korean horror. I love Chinese horror. Asian horror is something completely different than American horror, and it's
Agreed.
fan-damn-tastic. I love it.
You didn't say it right. You gotta go fantastic.
It's fan-fucking-tastic. There we go.
Yeah.
That's more of a me thing. I've also seen other movies by this director.
Oh.
A Bittersweet Life, absolutely fantastic movie. And Kim Ji-woon also directed I Saw the Devil, which is
That one's a horror movie, right?
it's a horror movie like Seven is a horror movie.
Okay.
Okay.
It's all completely human,
Oh, okay.
but it's in my top 25 movies.
You'll have
Really?
to recommend some Asian horror for me. I'm all ready, but it has to be on streaming for me.
Yeah, and I'd be willing to do more. As much as I was upset with this movie, I'd be willing to give this director another chance.
I became a fan of like Asian horror, like a lot of people did with The Grudge. And I watched The Grudge on a crappy bootleg DVD, which is the best way to watch that movie.
Indeed.
I also saw Ring on a crappy bootleg DVD. Again, best way to watch that movie. Later on, what year was that? 2014, 2015, I started going to college. And I started as a marketing major, couldn't do pre-calc, dropped the major completely, went into English and got started in University of Wisconsin Parkside's film studies program, which was just starting up when I got there. And my advisor in that program was Jay McRoy. Jay McRoy literally has written several books on Asian horror.
Ooh.
So we got along just fine. And this was one of the movies that we like to talk about a lot. And like what it did well, what it didn't, what it could have done better, that type of thing. It's not a perfect movie by any means, but it is very influential. And even though it comes almost 11 years after J-horror really started picking up, it's still a hell of a movie.
I mean, there are things I liked about this movie. If I wouldn't have been so confused, I would have been more into it. Like, I thought the idea, I like the film scene. It was just so movie, and now I find out that wasn't by accident.
No, it was better for me once I watch YouTube videos to explain it. Then I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, and I was so confused and lost that it was like Blair Witch levels for me again.
Too, so I was trying really hard.
I was Marvel.
I don't really see. For me, This Asian horror is a big, just like black hole for me. I don't have a lot of experience with the genre. I've not watched a lot of this style. I've seen The Grudge, I've seen The Ring, but I don't think I've seen much in this kind of genre. So for me, this was a real breath of fresh air. I love this. I thought this was fantastic.
Yeah.
Ken, are Asian horror movies all this sad? Because boy, oh boy, not only does it have amazing tension, but good golly, Miss Molly, this is a very sad movie, which I love. I love a good sad movie. So for me, this is just like right up my street.
That is actually the interesting thing about Asian horror. A lot of times, yeah, there is pretty emotional undercurrent to the whole thing.
And that's what I really appreciated about this. And I loved how this, I've again not even felt for the characters. There was so much subtext to this. And I can see young Ken Sanity and some film professor just geeking out about this movie for hours upon end, because there's so much to just examine and dissect in this. Probably not going to go through all that madness here, but I really appreciated the emotional weight of this, where American horror is more about sometimes the scares, more about the thrills. This is really about people, and this is about struggle, and this is about mental health, and about a lot of very serious topics that I've really appreciated going on this journey. So I'm very thankful for the poster for introducing me to this, because I absolutely love this. I walked out like, oh man, this is some crunchy stuff right here.
If I wouldn't have been so confused, I think I would have enjoyed it, because there are things that are cool about this film. Like, there were parts where, like, okay, like, there's the way this is shot, or the way that, like, the tension, but
the YouTube video, right?
Yeah, but I was still, like, I was just so turned off by the movie.
I think I would have liked to watch the YouTube video and then rewatch the movie, but I did not do that.
No, and we own it, so you could.
Okay, let's do that again.
Well, before we go too much further, why don't I tell you what this movie's about?
Oh, I forgot that.
Please do.
Please.
Two sisters come home from a mental institution to their father and evil stepmother, only to find things aren't what they seem in this haunting horror fairy tale, which runs to a shocking conclusion that plays by Thunderdome rules. Two sisters enter, one sister leaves.
That was good.
That's
That was
really
great.
good. Really good.
I should really watch Thunderdome one day in my life.
Oh, that was so silly and good. I love that. Yeah. So I guess Ken, obviously you love this movie. I liked it a lot. Tiff and Mike, you guys were not as enthused about it.
So I was confused, but like I said, after I watched the YouTube videos, it made more sense, and then I liked it more than I did in the beginning.
But you also appreciated it more than I did. Like, you were more into it, where I was just like, if I could have, I would have got up and just left.
See,
Because when I understood it, I was like, oh, they did that. Oh, that's super cool.
I feel like the first time you watch this movie, you're not supposed to understand what's happening.
Yeah,
No.
I should have watched it again.
No, you're not. And
But I don't
like,
know
it's-
if I would have got it the second
Yeah.
time either.
It's supposed to be very face value when you first, pop on the movie and see what's going on. Although, I'll be damned if this movie doesn't give it away, like, right in the first 5 minutes.
if you
If you look
See
for
it.
yeah.
Yeah, like, if you watch this movie and then go back immediately and watch it, you'll be like, oh, dang, first 3 minutes, they told me exactly what's going on.
Right? Like, oh, I didn't
Basically, yeah.
talking about with the swings, or when she's in the water.
When she's in the talking to the doctor,
Oh,
and he asks her, who do you think you are?
Yeah. And then he shows her pictures.
and she picks the other
Yeah.
sister.
Wait, did she pick a person?
Oh, okay. We got a lot to talk about.
Yes.
I'm
Let's
hoping
start at the beginning. Yeah.
I'm hoping to continue our streak of talking Mike through a movie enough that he decides to put this on the stack instead of in the box.
This is gonna happen. I think this might happen because I am already sensing the wow, that is cool. I love it. Yeah.
That was me.
So yeah,
You're welcome to try.
let's talk about the opening of this, right? And I don't think we have to go beat by beat because again, this was a movie
I didn't
that
take notes to go beat by beat because I
That's
took
fair.
one note, said psych hospital, and then I just stopped writing. I was like, I don't know what the fuck's going on here.
She's in the psych hospital.
let's
very long.
let's look at this beginning. And like I think because the beginning of this movie really sets up the tone and the atmosphere just absolutely beautifully. And this is a perfectly paced, I don't say perfectly paced movie. I know some people may think it's a little long in the tooth. I don't know. I found the pacing to be immaculate personally.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just thought
pacing too.
I thought the pacing was fantastic and the tension building is fantastic. And even like this opening scene where the doctor is sitting across from, and I'm going to mess up the names, so I don't have it in front of me. Like a responsible
Sumi.
broadcaster, Sumi.
Sumi.
Thank you. When he's in front of
I
Sumi.
barely know their names too, and I have it in front of me. So
And this movie really enjoys reveling in these long shots of not much happening. And I wish I was a good enough film student to be able to say why these work so well for me. I am not, but these work so well for me. And in this very beginning, the doctor is essentially saying, hey, do you recognize this person? Who are you? Etc. And I think this sets a really great tone for the rest of the movie. So
I was just going to say absolutely. And what this film does right off the bat with the shot of the doctor and Sumi is it sets up very much Sumi versus everybody else by having that divider in the center and having each of them on opposite sides of the screen. This is very much a story where Sumi is alone.
Yes.
And that comes in handy later. That's a special tool that'll help us later, everybody.
Sure will.
Yes,
Sure
yes,
will.
it will.
Put that in your repertoire. Yep. Stick that in the inventory. I also have I just have a question for Mr. Sanity. I seem to remember, and I'm kind of watching this again as we're talking and just kind of refreshing myself, but it feels like So the big twist, of course, of this movie is that Sumi struggles with a dissociative disorder. So she's basically schizophrenic. She's imagining her dead sister and the evil version of the mom. So of the stepmom. It's like an evil version of that person. Is there a color motif here where imaginary mom and imaginary sister are always wearing like drab clothing and Sumi is always wearing like bright red? I noticed reds a lot in this.
There are a lot of reds, but you'll also notice that the stepmother wears red too.
Yes.
Yunjo. So basically, it's not just a dissociative or it's dissociative identity disorder.
Right.
Like
Sumi
multiple-
is all three of them.
Right. Now, here's my
And-
question. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Well,
Yes.
I said that in the
I know, and I
beginning.
still don't understand it.
Yes.
She's playing the part of all three, like herself, the sister, and the stepmom.
Is the stepmom dead?
Noticed.
No, she's
No.
not dead.
Stepmom's
Okay.
just not there.
No, she's not there. She's just.
Oh, like when they all get their period at the same time because they're
I'm
not.
trying to explain that.
I know, and I just don't.
Like the real stepmom shows up later.
I was fascinated. I said that's a different actress, and Mike's like, no, it's not. And like, she's done such a good job with like two different personalities. I don't know why.
Hey, women can change how they look, and sometimes they just put on a baseball cap. They look
But
different.
her
You never know.
demeanor,
That's
her
fair.
voice,
That's true.
the way she spoke.
You got
Okay,
that reference.
Helena.
So,
Oh no,
so
I
here-
mean, Helena, yes, but no reference to Scarlett Johansson and Winter Soldier.
Oh.
Yeah. All you need is a baseball hat. So here's my question, though, and not to bounce around too much, because since we're on a topic of the multiple personalities and the multiple imaginings of Sumi, in the dinner scene when the uncle and the aunt show up,
Mhm.
the mother, stepmom is there. Is that
Mhm.
real stepmom or a faux stepmom?
That is faux stepmom.
So I don't
That is-
understand then what's happening, because that piece doesn't make a ton of sense to me, because it seems like is nobody reacting to her wild funny story? Obviously her dad isn't. It seems like this is the worst dinner party in history.
Because it's Sumi.
Yeah.
Sumi's telling that story.
It's just
Oh,
she sees
interesting.
herself as the stepmom.
Like every time you see the stepmom interacting with somebody else, it's Sumi interacting with
Acting
them.
with somebody
Oh,
else.
okay.
Gotcha.
And
Okay,
you
that's
can catch
that's
it.
my 15%. Okay.
If you look for it, you can catch it. But I don't understand the woman on the floor having a whatever. What happened?
Seizure?
I don't think that's a seizure. Go ahead. I mean, somebody.
I mean, it looked like she was poisoned, to be honest.
somebody tell me.
It is a seizure. It's a
Really?
bad seizure.
I guess I've never seen someone so alert having a seizure, because she was like screaming and grabbing at her neck, and so I guess I've never seen it like that.
Yeah, like
I just thought she was
Seizures-
poisoned.
seizures are a lot. There are many, many different kinds.
Tell me about it. I have seizures.
Well, you don't have this kind, which is
no, I
good.
do. Thank God.
It is good. This
Mike
is scary.
would panic every time.
Yes, Mike would. Is
So
that-
once
Yeah,
once
maybe a
you
couple
realize that Sumi is everybody and it's just her and her dad in the house, the
That's even
movie
creepier.
starts to make a little more
Oh.
It does, though.
Yes.
Okay.
Because she, like, at the end, she snaps back to reality, and you see all the flashbacks that switches her with the person she thinks she is.
Yeah, like when the stepmom comes in and she stops being the stepmom and becomes Sumi again.
And she takes the pills, like the.
Oh yeah,
the pills
because
that
Sumi is
stepmom-
taking the pills. Okay.
Yeah, like the entire movie is showing that Unju is taking the medication.
But it's,
But it's not. Oh, very clever.
And I know this is all done on purpose. I was watching a YouTube video where the director even says, like, I did this on purpose. I want you confused.
Yeah, like this is your first viewing of this is absolutely what I like to call vibe cinema. Like you were running off vibes for the longest time in this movie until the end where like everything starts to get revealed slowly. It's not even you're wrong. All of these people are you. She starts with, hey, you're not talking to your sister. Your sister's dead.
And then the sister disappears.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which haunting.
Well, the
Absolutely
dad,
haunting the way they shot that.
when the dad talked to Sue Mi, he never addresses Sue Young. That
Nope.
makes it?
I
Correct.
think so.
Because she's
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's
Never
not there,
does.
and then they pan to just her, where Soo Young isn't in the picture.
Yeah.
And then later, I didn't think anything of it. I was like, okay, but now it makes sense.
Yeah, like it's really clever the way that whenever anybody is talking to Sumi, they frame it with just a person talking and Sumi.
Mhm.
Su Young's not even there.
Right.
So
Right.
when
She's never really ever addressed.
So when the stepmother first like talks to the girls, she's mostly looking at Sumi, right?
Uh-huh.
But then her eyes shift and then she says, "You're feeling better too, right?" Is that because Sumi is a stepmother and she's hallucinating the sister's alive?
Yep.
I think no, is it? Because I think it's both. I think it's Sumi hallucinating both of them.
Yeah.
Like the entire conversation is in Sumi's head.
Yeah.
And the poor dad's just sitting there like,
Oh, poor guy.
Like,
she's not any better.
So then here's a quick question then for Professor Sanity. Professor Sanity. Is there when there's the scene when the stepmother is getting ready for bed and the father walks in, is that then Sumi in the bedroom?
Yeah, that's Sumi's bedroom.
So that's Sumi's bedroom.
So awkward.
That's why he left and sleeps in his office on that little pullout. Right. Which again it's such so good. Okay, so that makes a lot more sense as I'm kind of going through it again. Whenever you see the stepmom alone, it's actually Sumi as that. Okay, that's so interesting and good. Okay, cool. There's my 15%. All right, there it is. Yay!
Cool. Mind blown.
My mind blown too, but not in a good way.
I need to ask my question. Who is the girl in the green dress?
Girl in the green dress.
A couple different times you see somebody in a green dress.
You see her sitting at the dining room table, and then
yes.
And then you see like she confronts the stepmom / Sumi, and then you see a picture of her at the end. Who is this girl?
Oh, that's the ghost.
It's just a ghost. It's nobody's. But what about the picture?
That's the mother.
In the picture?
The mother is the ghost.
Well, yeah, because that's what I thought. Because at the end, when the mother was found in the closet, I saw green fabric.
Oh.
And I told you that too. Look, I'm doing pretty good.
You are. Unfortunately, your audience you were talking to earlier wasn't consistent.
To me, I explained most of it.
I was done. I'm sorry, but I was done.
But no, the ghost is the ghost is real in this movie. Shockingly.
I didn't realize the person in the green dress was the mother, though.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes so much more sense.
Okay, so I'm not sure if everybody caught why the mother died.
Yeah.
She hung herself in the closet.
Because
she hung herself.
The stepmom was her nurse. And
Yep.
the dad was having an affair.
Oh.
And when she figured it out, because the mom was sick.
When did the movie show us that?
It was in the end.
Oh.
Yeah, but
Okay.
so the pictures that were torn, the doctor or the nurse with the doctor, the nurse is a stepmom. So there's your hint. And that's why she was torn out of them.
Why didn't he just get a pillow so he could get a new wife? It worked for James.
I don't get that reference.
Silent Hill 2. I had to.
No,
That's good. I like it.
It was close. It's actually close because in Silent Hill 2, his wife is sick, and then he kills her, and then he feels guilty
gets a
about
new
it.
wife. Yeah.
Well, he gets a new wife that actually is her, but that's the whole. We're not gonna.
Okay, we're not gonna go.
That's another conversation.
To this movie.
Okay, I did not catch all that. That does make the movie cooler.
See?
Don't worry, still hasn't gotten anywhere near where it needs to go for that rating.
Fair enough.
So,
That's all right. That's all right.
We're not done.
High tension, I was confused, but at least high tension said, "Oh, look at our dumb plot twist." I went, "Oh, even if it doesn't make sense." This movie, I didn't understand it until now.
There's like a lot of breadcrumbs that you have to put together. They're leading you to the end.
Yeah.
It makes you work for it.
Oh, yeah, it does it.
And it's interesting because I did watch this a second time. I felt like I absolutely had to. And this is you have to watch this a second time. And then it makes a lot more sense after the second viewing. When I was watching this, whenever I got confused, I just dove into the beautiful cinematography and the shot selection and how gorgeous this movie looks. I think this is a gorgeously crafted movie. So for me, when I got confused, I just defaulted to, ooh, this is pretty. Or this is, check out that shot selection. Check out how wide her eyes are. Like just all the fun film dork stuff that I drink up with these kind of movies. So, because there's so much of that here as well. This is a stunningly crafted movie.
And I did appreciate that. I mean, I did appreciate a lot of what this movie is doing. Like, it just was. I was so confused with the story, and I was so bored because I was so confused.
Yeah, I think I just made a conscious effort to just say, you know what, I don't, and I'm trying to do that in like most things. Like I'm trying to be okay with not knowing what's going on. You know, like because a lot of times it's a good thing because we really don't know what's going on half the time, which is and we as human beings struggle with that. We want to know what's going on, and I think especially with my media, I'm being okay with the, you know, I am not quite sure what's happening, so I'm just going to enjoy this ride, and wherever it ends up, I'm sure I'll figure it out at the end, right? So I'm not. I think that's more of a conscious decision on my part to just say, I don't know what's happening, but you know what? That's fine. Cool things are happening. This looks amazing, et cetera, et cetera. The tension is all there. Yeah. Now, I have a quick question too. When it comes like hour and a half, like hour and change in, you have that scene where not Sumi, I'm sorry, where Su Young and stepmom had their big argument, and stepmom locks Su Young. Oh
yeah.
Su Young in the wardrobe. Is that all in Sumi's head as well?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so that's all just a fantasy inside Sumi's head because is she there though? Like
it's not necessarily a fantasy. It's
right.
like a hallucination, but also a reliving of the incident.
Yeah. Yes.
That caused Su Young's death.
Well, this is the way she sees her stepmother. We see the real stepmother at the end, and this is the way Sumi sees her as a villain. Well, maybe she's a villain. I don't know.
I mean, she did sleep with her.
Which brings up some intense themes of how we always seem to villainize our parents more than they really are. And
you're going deep.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, that was ring-a-ding-dinging in my head. I was like, oh man, thinking about all the damn therapy sessions I've been in where I've been complaining about parents. You know, like we all tend to villainize our parents more than they actually are. And, movie. I thought that would be a scary thing. I don't want to feeling all sorts of feels now. Dang it.
Feeling all sorts of feels.
I mean, this movie didn't have the fear, and like I was expecting it to be more brutal than what it was.
Same, but it was emotionally brutal. I thought there was.
We went on a roller coaster.
If I would have understood it, I think I would have found it more brutal, but I don't understand it.
Okay, so I got another question. So the scene, I think it's actually at first it's Su Young that's seeing the lady in the blue hovering over her that gets all twisty.
Yep.
So who is that? Also the mother?
Yep.
And why does a hand come from her hoo-ha?
That's dreams be like that.
Dreams be like that.
Dreams be wild, yo.
Would this be a dream or would this be a nightmare?
Well, dreams, nightmare, they don't operate in perfect logic. But I would like to draw your attention to the way she was standing with her neck down and off to the side. Very much a like broken neck.
Yep. Like she was in the
That's the part that bothered me, right? Yeah, no, this is the part that bothered me.
Yeah.
See, I'm so glad I'm talking to you guys about this.
Me too. At least someone can explain this movie to you, because I can't.
We can always count on Ken.
As soon as Ken got excited,
I was 85%. Okay. Ken is the explainer of this one, which is totally fine. Yeah.
When we first did this, when it first came up, the poster, Ken got excited. Like, oh, and I'm like,
yeah, I'd never seen it.
No, I had seen it on Netflix forever and was like, I want to watch this, and I just never did. So I'm happy to finally watch it. But I probably would have been like, what the fuck did I watch? That's actually what I said.
Nope. That is a fair statement to feel when this movie rolls credits. I said, yay, it's over, and got up and left right away. So
no, I kind of sat for a second. I was like, ooh, man, that was a trip. That was really good. I really like this.
You guys are more movie guys than I am.
I would have loved to see this in a movie theater, like see a screening of this. Oh, that'd been so fun to be just in with people, you know, instead of just sitting here watching it on my monitor. It was, I would like to see this with other human beings. This is a great movie that you go with a friend who's also as dorky as you, and you just sit somewhere for an hour and just discuss and discuss and talk about and then work it out with somebody else. Because I desperately wanted to. I'm glad we're doing this. I'm glad we're doing this because this is what I was like right after. I'm like, okay, I want to talk to somebody about this. Damn it. There's a lot of good stuff in here. The horror stuff. Yes. Good news. Here we are. The horror elements of this are, I think, exceptionally paced. A lot of great fake outs, some really good jump scares that are extremely well earned.
Okay, so it wasn't just me. There were some jump scares.
Oh yeah, I jumped a few times.
You don't get phased as much as I do
Scare me.
with stuff like this. Like I was on edge with this movie.
The jump scare has to be like,
Especially after that ghost. That's when I figure out, I do not like this. And I know like The Grudge involves something like that a lot more than one scene, I'm assuming.
I'm a big namby-pamby when it comes to horror movies. I jump, and I've had people make fun of. I still do. And I've watched my fair share of them, and I still.
Oh, I know.
But I think that's part of the fun is just allowing yourself to get engrossed in something and then be surprised. There's a lot of fun to be had. So I'm kind of glad I know a lot of people who will watch horror movies and the jump scares don't get them, or the gore won't get them. Gore doesn't get me as much as probably a good jump scare does. I never like jump scares because sometimes they're cheap, and that's, that can be a very cheap way of getting a thrill out of you. But when they're effectively done, when you can have that smile after, like, oh, damn it, that was good. Oh, damn you, movie, that was good. That's the kind of jump scare I enjoy, and that's what this movie definitely has. But I think this movie is definitely more tense than scary. I think if we're going on that.
Yes, I would agree because, besides me being confused, it was tense, wondering what was coming, what was going to happen, what were they really up to. Like I had thought for a little bit that the stepmom had killed the other sister or had killed the mother. Like I was really confused at what had happened. And then at one point I'm like, no, Sumi had killed the sister, which also is not true.
Let's talk about that stepmom though. Did she?
She didn't kill Sue. Oh, she didn't.
Oh, kinda. So that was
didn't save her.
Yeah,
she did the Batman.
Oh, damn it! You beat me to it.
What?
Oh, I was gonna say she did the Walter White, but that's different. She did the Walter White / Jane, murder Jane by not doing anything, by not stepping in. Yeah, she Walter Whited him.
I don't understand.
She Batmaned him.
Sue Me didn't go and investigate. They all heard the big thump.
They did, and that shot, by the way, where they all hear the thump of the armoire falling, great fucking shot.
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess they just assumed that it was nothing.
What? Okay.
Well, I'm always hearing things bumping around my house. It's usually a kid dropping something. Like
I hear cats.
Yeah, I don't think if I heard a thump, what I would do in my real life is I'd wait for a cry. If I hear a cry, then I investigate. If I don't hear a cry, I assume everyone's alive. So I totally.
That's the problem. You also would have killed Sumi.
I also would have. I would have been culpable for that. But she chooses to not go because she goes to investigate.
And she sees the armoire.
She sees the armoire.
And the hand.
Yeah. So she makes a conscious, again, Walter White choice to not intervene, which is odd. And again, that's another piece of the puzzle that was a little odd for me, is like, why didn't she go to intervene?
But see, there's the thing. She stopped and she was going back.
Yeah.
And then Sumi came out of the room to check, and they both got in a fight.
Right. They got into a fight.
And overrode it. That overrode whatever else was going on.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't know.
Wouldn't you set off the alarm right away? Somebody help.
Sometimes someone get crushed to death by a wardrobe.
That's an awful way to die.
You figure a wardrobe has lots of clothing in it and pillows probably, so there's a suffocation going on. And oh no, what?
You guys aren't thinking this through.
I'm not.
I don't think I want to right now.
I actually do.
Sue Young was suffocated to death by her mother's dead body.
I was gonna, yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah. I did have that thought.
Oh no.
It's not great.
No, it's not
That's
terribly
why she
pleasant.
couldn't breathe.
Right.
Her body is on top of her.
I figure that's 180 pounds of person. Well, maybe at least 100 pounds of person. Probably 120, 130. She's a little girl. Yeah, that'll close the old windpipe.
And that's literal dead weight. There's a reason that's a phrase is a saying.
Yes, it is. I can have a ghoulish awe at that. That's not allowed to react to that.
I didn't even
Yeah.
forgot that she went in there. She sees her dying and then just walks out the door. Like,
Yeah, so that's why she has to die at the end. And I was wrong. The girl in the green dress, that's Soo Young.
Oh, is it?
Because Soo Young had a green dress on when she died.
Wait,
Yes, you're right.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't remember her having that green dress on though.
It
Maybe you should
wasn't
watch the
that
movie
green
again.
dress. It was more of a pale green, like
Okay,
not
yeah.
as brilliant,
Okay.
but no.
So that's
No,
like
that was
her manifestation of the green dress she was wearing.
yeah. And
Okay.
as we all know, jealousy is the green-eyed monster.
Oh,
And
oh,
who you going to be jealous of more than somebody who's alive when you should be?
Yep.
Oh, there you go. Good job.
okay.
Good job, movie. Well
Good
done.
job.
Good job, Ken. I don't say about
Good
good job
job,
movie.
Ken.
Good job, Ken. I mean, no, this movie is definitely a creative, artistic adventure. Adventure that really does things that sometimes I'm a basic bitch when it comes to movies, apparently, and
Oh
this was
my
one of
God.
those examples. I was. I mean, I can do some things, but this was one where I'm just like,
You like the suspense horror.
I do. I like psychological horror. I don't consider it psychological horror though.
I kind of do.
Oh yeah, I think I do.
Okay.
I
I
personally
love
do.
In the Mouth of Madness, and that's psychological horror.
Okay, I'm not saying anything by this. Maybe the fact that it was in a foreign language that you've never been exposed. Oh wait, no, you have been exposed to
No,
Korean
I
things
definitely
before.
have.
Well, yes, but the Korean things I were exposed to is, will you go out with me? No, I'm too rich. I can't date you. You're a poor girl. But please, I will make you cabbage. That's the Korean drama I've been exposed to, yes. There was no killing. There's a poor girl trying to date a really rich guy.
She was trying to date like all of them, but that was a really goddamn good show.
It was. But I have never been introduced to Korean horror, so
No.
that played a part in it too. And the fact that I couldn't understand what they were saying because they're not speaking English and can't speak other languages, it did put me a little off. Even though I watch anime,
Weren't you reading the subtitles?
I was, but at a couple points the subtitles felt like they were off.
Yeah.
And then I started debating, like, did we even get a good copy? I know there's a bootleg that we bought. So that also went in my mind, because at one point, I swear the subtitle called him uncle.
There was an uncle.
There was an
I thought
uncle
they
in
were
this. Yeah.
talking about. I thought her father was her uncle.
That'd be I mean, yeah, that'd be a little confusing, I guess. Yeah.
So like I'm not faulting you for not having this be your thing. I'm not. This is a lot of new experiences coming at you at once.
I need more experiences in this, Ken. I'm all for it now.
So, I mean, yes, I know there's a little bit of that. I mean, that played in me not understanding it. And there were multiple times in my head where I'm like, man, I wish I could just hear what they're saying in English so I could then be a little bit more, the translator. Yes, that did go through my head multiple times. But I don't know if that's what took me out of this movie at times or made me feel uncomfortable with it. I don't know, but
just feel uncomfortable.
Sometimes that is a true statement. But
this movie is such a visually based movie that if you're not used to watching subtitles and paying attention to what's going on in the movie, it's gonna run you down.
Yeah.
Like it's not a movie for the timid. We'll put it that way.
When the stepmother, like the evil stepmother, was talking, she was talking so fast. I was like, I can't even read this. I don't read that fast.
No, she did talk fast. The subtitles just didn't feel as good as they should have, and I was questioning because like I said, I'm pretty sure it's a bootleg we have. But
it's 100% a bootleg.
It's 100% a bootleg.
Okay. So there was that too. So it's making me question, are the subtitles I'm reading even correct? Because I'm already confused as what's happening. I felt like the subtitles lied to me, but I think it might have just been the movie trying to confuse me. So there was a lot of different things that were laying on top of each other that just made me uncomfortable and want to walk away. I mean, I get like that movie. Like we did Paprika on the show, which will be out by the time you hear this, and I was uncomfortable with that movie too.
I didn't understand anything about that movie.
Yeah, me either. And I talked about it for over an hour, and I still don't understand what the hell I just watched completely. So hey,
at least I'm understanding this one a little better, thanks to Bill and Ken.
Bill, were you on the Paprika episode?
No. I was not. I was
not either. I wonder, is that a common thread here?
I mean, they did explain it well. Joe explained it well.
Oh, okay.
I was just...
Yeah, they know.
I was just like, there's a lot of that going on. That never happened before.
Paprika's a lot. This movie's a lot. Not as much as Paprika, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
Paprika's a lot.
Yeah.
Still understand what's going on.
I can explain you Paprika, but instead we'll just watch Inception instead to be close enough. But
Ouch.
hey, I mean Christopher Nolan pretty much stole Paprika for Inception, so
You think?
pretty damn close.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts?
When you start to understand what's happening.
Oh, that's an animated movie. Okay, yeah, I remember that came out.
Yeah.
Well, if Aronofsky can do it with Perfect Blue and Black Swan, then
Mhm.
We're gonna watch Black Swan at some point this year for two reasons. One,
That's
Natalie
awesome.
Portman. Two, Natalie Portman.
Nice, very nice.
I like Natalie Portman.
She's very sickly in that movie. I didn't like it. She had to lose weight for it, and she's not.
yeah, she doesn't really got the weight to lose.
No.
Yeah,
But she still did, I think, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sure, I'll still enjoy it.
So she was literally skin and bones.
Okay,
It
then
was
maybe not
rough.
as much.
Yeah, it was. That part was.
But I still want to see that movie because I know Perfect Blue is kind of a reference, or that movie kind of references stole Perfect Blue. So now I'm curious.
So if this was a little hard for you, there's another movie that came out 6 years later that you might want to give a try.
Hmm.
It's an American movie, and it's called The Uninvited.
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, that sounds familiar.
Yep, it stars Emily Browning, Elizabeth Banks, Ariel Kebbel, David Strathairn, and it's the American remake of this movie.
Oh,
Really?
okay.
Yeah.
I would like to watch that, especially now with all the information that I have. From
How does
this.
it hold up against this movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does it?
It's no this. Let's put it that way. I remember The Uninvited. It's been so long, but I remember it being very.
The title sounds familiar, but I don't know if I've ever. Sorry, I don't know if I've ever seen it.
Yeah, it's kind of not here, but it's not as bad as some Asian horror to US remakes.
Well, I mean, I feel like this movie, if you're translating it to English and America, it won't have the same effect because some of the stuff is very culture driven of South Korea.
See, here's the thing, and that's where the American one did well. It's not that close. Like, it uses the big ideas, the overarching story, but it's not trying to be A Tale of Two Sisters. It's trying to be The Uninvited.
Okay, because I could see that hurting I could see it hurting this movie or hurting the style because this movie is very cultural to
Yes.
a culture that is not ours.
Right. And The Uninvited, it's essentially a cultural remake of this movie. It puts it in more of an American cultural context.
Did it come out last year? I feel like I have the wrong movie.
Uninvited came out in 2009.
2009.
Whoa, why do I have this one?
They like that
don't
title?
know.
I mean, that's all I got. Some titles are just catchy in movies, like, oh, we're going to use that title.
Fun
There's
fact,
an-
the American remake was supposed to be called A Tale of Two Sisters, but the studio changed it.
There is an uninvited Korean movie.
Yes, there is, starring the same girl that plays Sumi.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Ooh, that's exciting.
it's really funny.
Why are you laughing at me?
Because you're cute. Well, I like it that you like Korean stuff. I mean, like, I was excited to watch this movie, actually. I was more excited to watch this movie than I was High Tension. I can't say that's still true, but I was. I don't know how I feel about High Tension. That was a strange.
It was a strange movie. It was a dumb movie, but it was a fun movie.
Yeah.
This movie, I feel, artistically has a lot more to offer than High
Yes.
Tension,
100%.
even though it's apples and oranges.
It has a lot more to offer, but I think it was just hard for me to pay attention and to be into it.
Next time you watch it, try not to figure
Next
things
time?
out.
There's a next time.
There will be.
Mhm.
I can almost promise you there will be.
The only way you get that next time is if we actually do your idea of the commentary.
So,
Oh, that too.
You
But other
own
than
it,
that-
Mike. You'll watch it again. If nothing else,
Yeah.
to get your money's worth out of it.
right.
You say
Indeed.
that.
Yeah, right. That's true.
I'm
That's true.
surrounded by a bunch of black-eyed little toys. I buy things that I'll never get my monies out of. I'm stupid sometimes, so hey.
The fact that you get enjoyment out of those pops is enough to get your money's
Okay,
worth.
fine.
The fact that you didn't really enjoy this, that you didn't get your money's worth, you're going to go back to this at some point.
If I could have streamed it and had my dumbass realize AMC would have worked, I might have been a little bit more into this movie. That's a me. That's a me issue right there. That was a me mistake.
I wonder if the subtitles would have been better.
I just found out today it was on AMC Plus. So.
Okay, I feel a little less
Bill.
dumbed out.
I mean,
I
would
say that.
whatever I can do to avoid buying a thing is always ideal in my world.
Oh no, you're fine. The whole reason why this took as long as it did is because I thought we all had to buy the Blu-ray, and I didn't want to have you have to go out and pick up a random Blu-ray
That's fair.
that you had to order on eBay because like it was not around. Like I don't want people to have to do that for this show if I can help.
Now, just so anybody listening doesn't make the same mistake that Mike and I did, Umbrella Entertainment out of Australia put out a very, very beautiful Blu-ray of this movie recently. It is absolutely worth it. Please go out and support smaller boutique houses that do great things like this. They're the reason I've ordered a lot. I've given them a lot of money over the past couple of years. And they're one of my favorite movie disc production houses. They do a lot of great things. Go check this out. They also have an 8-movie Thai horror set, which you should absolutely check out. They have a 4K of the movie Pulse, Japanese horror movie.
Oh, is that the same one that Kristen Bell played in? Or
Get out.
I'm gonna go with no.
Oh,
Do
sorry.
not talk about that remake.
Well, it is.
Oh, okay.
Right? It's.
I don't know.
Yes.
I just heard how upset he got just now. So I'm like,
it
what?
was a good movie, but I like watching the. Is it Korean? The
It's-
original.
A horrible movie, but the original is so much better.
I would like to watch the original.
I think you should.
Watch that movie. For
Who
Kristen
knows?
Bell. That was
It
the only
might be
reason.
on the poster.
Yes.
Okay, babe, yay!
Ken knows all. He said it's on the poster.
Yeah, if we ever get around to that.
I said
Well,
it
actually-
might be on the poster.
No,
Actually, we are going to scratch off another thing now that we got this one done. We're doing a new
Yep.
part, but I always like to know one ahead of time.
I think if we have to.
Hopefully, it's not another fucking foreign film.
No, I'd be glad to have a foreign film collection. That is something I do not have.
Well, good news, baby. You got 2 now.
Okay, Asian horror. I did not like the
Okay.
French.
Well, you get to watch a French horror
Good.
film.
Maybe it'll grow on me.
Ken, is it better than
That's
High
right,
Tension?
everybody. You heard it here first. Our next poster pick is Pascal Laugier's Martyrs.
No,
Dun dun
Very
dun.
no, no.
French movie again. Sacre Bleu.
Very excited about this one.
I mean, I am interested to watch more Korean or Asian horror films. I am. Like, even though I didn't enjoy this movie as much as I would have liked to, I am definitely interested to go more into that world. So I'm willing to.
Are there like Asian horror series? I'd be into that.
Judge?
Is a series like a television series?
I thought you meant series of movies. There are a bunch of
What's
Judge
a
movies. He's told me all about them multiple times.
There's also a Grudge series that was on Netflix, but I don't want to talk about that.
Okay.
Because-
I think that answers
it's-
your question.
It's bad.
It was American, wasn't it?
No,
Oh, what? I know
it's
still bad.
Japanese.
It's still
Oh,
bad.
if we ever do an episode on The Grudge, I will be happy to talk about that, but I don't want to talk about that now.
Okay.
Maybe that.
So who was getting beat up in the bag, or that was just another hallucination?
That was a hallucination.
It was a hallucination, but in reality, it was a doll. A
It
bloody
was,
doll.
yep, a
of
porcelain doll.
Yeah.
Bag of them.
Man, I
Bag
really
'em.
hate dolls.
Yeah, my daughter has like old dolls in her room, and I don't know why they're there other than to slightly creep me out whenever. I don't know why they're there. She never plays with them. They're just there. They just kind
They're
of.
for display. Those kind of dolls are for display, though.
I hate dolls.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that I do not like at all.
He
I
did
can't do
not.
it.
I had a doll from my auntie that he made me get rid of because he was like, "She is not coming in our new house."
So here's the question, because I think there's a lot. As I said earlier, there's so much visual splendor going on in this movie. What's everyone's favorite shot? I have a few of them, but what's everyone's favorite shot from this movie?
I don't know. I'm not like you, Bill, but I kind of like, now that I understand it, like how Soo Young like disappears when somebody's talking to Soon
Mhm. Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah, those are always really interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. How about you, Mike?
The credits.
The credits.
Oh.
Ken just sighed at you.
Sorry.
Ken just sighed at you.
I did.
That's
It's
Well,
fair.
It's funny because The credits actually is one of my favorite shots, but not for the reason Mike Albertin likes it, because it means the movie's over and he can go back to Marvel snapping. That scene of her.
What do you mean, Bill? Back to?
No,
I didn't stop during this movie. That was the other. I checked out midway in this movie and I was done. So yeah.
That shot of Sumi sitting pier in her red shirt and not having Soo Young next to her hit me like a Mack truck. Like it hit like, oh, it's probably one of my favorite final scenes I've seen in quite some time. I absolutely adore that shot. What a smart, emotionally packed moment. And again, I also love the shot, like you said, Ken, when the wardrobe hits the floor and you have that kind of like tracking shot of each person looking up. And it's like kind of like not continuous tracking shot, but like each person kind of looking up as the camera pans over them. That is fantastic too. But I genuinely, without irony and without saying it's thank God this movie's over, I adore that final shot. I'm looking at it right now, and it just hit me in the stomach. Like, oof, that's
Bill,
so freaking good.
I want to ask you, did it hit you just like a wrecking ball?
If you think I'm gonna start singing Wrecking Ball here on your podcast, you got another thing coming.
Wrecking ball.
Thank you, Tiff, because that's what he was aiming for. I don't know
what he's aiming for. That's what I thought of immediately came in my head when you said it hit me, and I wasn't okay with it, but that's what popped in my head.
That's fair. That's a good song.
This movie is an emotional wrecking ball, though, if you let yourself get taken in by it.
Yeah, I would agree. You know, like the whole, I mean, when you finally understand what happened, I mean, it is quite brutal. Like, you know, having your sister die and knowing that you just walked on by and didn't bother to check on the noise, like, that's gotta haunt you. Like, no wonder she's fucked up. Like, I mean, how much, you know, you think about it, like, you're like, if I just would, you know, like, that's gotta haunt somebody.
That's
terribly.
Absolutely enough to promote a schism in your mind. Like,
yeah.
Oof,
we are not designed.
Guilt.
Yeah, we are not designed to hold on to that. There's very little compartmentalization you can do to house that, and yeah, it makes perfect sense, which makes this such a tragedy. Like I said, when I walked out of it, and my wife was like, "How'd you like the movie?" I'm like, "Liked." Liked is a relative term. I thought it was beautiful and extremely sad. Like, what a sad, really sad. I like that shot. I also really love the shot when the stepmom is about to get. And I actually really like the fact they don't show the stepmom getting killed. I wonder if that was done just because for budget reasons, or if it was just because the terror on her face was enough. But I love that.
Did at first.
You can
was killed?
Yeah.
Who killed her? Looked like a ghost killed her.
The ghost. The ghost of.
So she really did die?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Who is the woman in the very end of the movie at the psych ward who grabs Sumi? That Sumi grabs her arm.
That's her.
That was the beginning. That was immediately after the mother died.
Right.
Oh.
Like, this movie plays a lot with non-linear formatting.
I missed that part completely.
Yep.
Like, that's not after all of this. I don't think there is an after.
No, I don't think so. I agree. I don't think there is an after. Yeah.
It's rough.
Is the stepmom dead the entire movie?
No.
Okay.
No, she dies at the end.
Okay.
She dies when she comes back into the house.
Oh, okay.
And the ghost of Soo Young kills her.
Yeah.
Because she is the person that he was talking to the phone, right? Or talking on the phone with?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, because she wasn't actually there yet.
And you can't figure out who he was talking to.
And that's why he said. That's when she said, like, you set up your dad's underwear. That's my job.
Yeah.
We're the same person.
But that was pretend. That was pretend stepmom. That wasn't real stepmom.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
Yeah. But no, the real stepmom does die at the end. I love the shot where it's just slowly zooming into her terrified face, and you can see her wide eyes through her bangs. I love that so much. What a great shot! How terrifying! You really just gave me so good.
Okay. You're making this movie make more sense now that you guys have explained stuff.
Are you going to put it on the shelf?
No, absolutely not.
And what an Asian horror hallmark, though. The eyes through the bang through the hair, covering the face.
Yeah.
Mwah, chef's kiss.
Love it. I love it.
Okay,
it is terrifying.
It makes more sense now why the ghost killed her. She had it coming. So
Yeah.
She had it coming. Oh, sorry. My favorite shot. I haven't said it yet.
Yeah, I was waiting for it.
When Yoonju is sitting on the couch, she has the pills in her hand, and then she sees herself walk in. That rotating shot that reveals the stepmother actually walked in, and then it goes back behind to show that it's actually Sumi sitting on the couch.
That's a great shot.
That shot, mwah, beautiful.
So good. Yes, that is an excellent shot. Yep.
Oh, love it
And
so
that's
much.
kind of when she snaps back to reality, right?
Yep, and there went gravity.
Shut up. I walked into that one.
yes,
You did.
You did, and
it's fun.
Will you stop breaking my headphones?
It's broken. It is broken.
It works.
It does not. I'm listening to it. There's no sound. This one has sound. Okay, go on. Sorry.
Has anybody got anything else they'd like to talk about this one?
I don't. Y'all answered all my questions, and it makes. I was kind of there, but it makes a lot more sense now.
The soundtrack is fantastic. I love how sparse it is, and I like how they have this very similar motif going in through certain moments. It reminds me a lot of an older, like almost like a 70s stuff, almost like The Godfather, where you have this similar motif that happens at certain points throughout the movie, very intentionally placed. I really like the soundtrack to this and how music was used.
Mm-hmm. Did you notice some of the music is based on Soo Young's whistle?
I noticed it once. I imagine there's more than that, but yes, I did. I noticed it once. I think towards the end.
There's a couple times.
Yeah, her whistle. So.
A couple times you'll hear that whistle.
Yeah, really good.
Or
really
the
good.
notes from that whistle.
Yep.
I did not catch
really
that.
Effective.
I did not catch any of that. So, all right. I mean, you guys have definitely made me think more about this movie.
At the end
Come
of
on,
the day,
Mike.
that's all I want.
Did it change your mind to put it on somewhere else?
We're not there yet. We're almost there. I don't think I mean, I'm glad we watched it finally, because anytime I can knock something new off my list makes me feel good. Anytime I can hit record and talk makes me feel good. So
he doesn't care if his wife wants him to watch it, but once it's on the podcast, he is all for it.
This podcast.
You're welcome.
So there's one horror movie I keep thinking about, Ken, Manhunter. I really want us to watch that one day and talk about it.
Yes.
So it's been on my mind ever since we did Silence of the Lambs here. So I think about it.
Barely 2025. Calm down.
It feels like it's been 11 months of 2025. We're only 3 in. So
this year's been a nightmare. It's only March.
It's only
Yeah.
There you go again.
Only March.
Pretty sure.
Do you think it'll suddenly be April Fool's and we'll have a different president?
I mean,
no, we were already the April Fools when we as a country elected him.
Right.
I don't remember electing Musk though. Okay.
You're stupid.
Well, I mean, he's the real president. He bought and paid for his ticket.
Yes.
So, hey, all right. Anything else to say about this movie?
I'm good.
I'm good as well.
All right. Let's go to Shelf Stacker Box. And Tiffany, why don't you lead us in?
Gonna be a stack, but I think I'm gonna do a shelf. After you guys explained it more, I will put it on the shelf because I definitely want to watch it again.
And you can, babe.
Sweet.
You can.
Sweet.
And Bill.
I'm shelving this as well. I really think this is an excellent movie, and I loved my time with it. It hit me in all the feels. It gave me some really good scares. I had some moments where I didn't want to look at the screen. It checked all the boxes, and I now have a more of a hunger to seek out more movies of this type. This is not a genre I know very well, and this is kind of, again, like I said earlier, a bit of a hole in my film studies, I guess you could say. So more because, again, it was more like I just don't want the jump scares. I don't want the creepy girl with the hair in her face. But if this genre produces emotional weight like this along with scares, like that is just a cocktail that is delicious. So yeah, I am all for this brand of psychological horror that has real human feelings and empathy and emotions in. I am very much so here for this, and this is a great example. I am very glad the poster recommended it.
Me too.
And Ken.
I know it can.
It's going on the shelf, baby. Because it's already on my shelf, baby.
Yeah.
Like, I I think I've said enough about this movie during our episode, but like it's beautifully shot, wonderfully realized, acted in a way that is just, it transcends language.
They're so good.
One thing we didn't talk about during it was the poor father.
Right? Oh.
And that guy is just holding on, and every scene he's in, you can see he's just breaking a little bit more every time. And it's so well done. Like, this movie, absolutely throw it on the shelf. I'm probably going to watch it again, maybe next month, but it's a good one. It's a classic for a reason.
Okay. And I'll go last on purpose. So, I mean, I do appreciate this movie for that we finally did this, and I can move on from this thing on the poster that has been gnawing at me for a while. And I'm glad we saw it, because I need to be introduced to new things, and I need to be introduced to more foreign films.
Yeah, okay.
I do.
You don't let me.
I just did let you, didn't you buy the poster?
Shut the
So
hell up.
technically, I did let you do it, and it was your fault.
I'm gonna.
It has nothing to do with the fact that I only have you buy the poster because we have a podcast, and I only did the movie because of the podcast. Doesn't mean anything, baby.
Ken start recommending stuff for you because you listen to Ken.
I do.
Damn it.
All right, so
I wanted to.
I'm going to put this in the box. I did not enjoy this movie. I mean, I appreciate it more after listening to you guys talk about it, but I'm basing my review on how I felt. And I was really just not into this movie. This was like Under the Skin, where I just didn't understand it nor like it.
I didn't like.
We'll go with that.
You didn't. You put it in the box.
Under the Skin?
No, this one.
This one, yeah. This one's going in the box.
You
Ooh,
put
what'd
it
do
under
with
the skin on the shelf.
I did? I can't be that dumb. Was I?
Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, yeah, I'm a sucker for that woman. Okay.
You know what?
Yeah.
We can't win them all, everybody, but I think anybody who listened to this agrees we did our best.
We really
It's
did.
a good movie. It's just not my kind of movie. I mean, I don't even like horror movies, really. You guys have introduced me to a lot more, and I'm willing to experience a lot more, but there's only certain ones I really love.
Sure, we were married.
Like, I love Sounds of the Lamb, and there are some, like, I really liked In the Mouth of Madness. So there is certain kind of horror that I really like. Yes, you didn't like it, because it would made no sense.
So
No, In the Mouth of Madness is one of Sam Neill, and he goes to that little town, and things are all crazy.
I didn't make it very far.
No, you missed out on a good movie.
Okay.
Oh, hey, you can buy a real book of the Sutter Kane novel that's coming out now. Soon.
I'm definitely gonna.
So, hey, maybe we'll get that reality soon, where everybody's just crazy, and we can go to a theater and watch the movie and eat popcorn while people are killing each other outside.
Too late.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's too late.
All right, I think that's Fox. But at some point, you will hear us talk about Martyrs, because I am slowly working on that poster. Slowly. Very slowly. I'm hoping that I'll scratch something off that we already covered. I don't have to recover it. I can just watch it. We'll see. I haven't done a lot of horror movies. I've done a decent amount of the show. We've done a lot of classics. That poster isn't classic horror films. That poster is more exotic horror films.
We watched 2 foreign.
No, because we watched Seventh Victim, a 1950s film.
Exotic?
More exotic than like Jaws and Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
I'm not. Unique. Maybe unique's the better word. Exotic makes me sound like a racist when I'm talking about the fact that we talk about a couple foreign films.
Jesus.
Not what I'm going for, but
Son of a gun.
that's what I was going for. But I'm like, you're right. That's kind of what I sound like, babe. Let's just go to plugs. I should just shut up. Bill, where can people find you at?
You never listen to me?
Nope.
Well, if you don't listen to Tiff and you don't listen to Mike, then you should listen to A Gamer Looks at 40. It's a charming podcast with no death or destruction in it. Or schizophrenia. Well, maybe a little bit. Because I do talk to myself a lot when I'm recording that damn thing. So, hey, maybe there is. Gamer Looks at 40. It's a podcast where I explore games and retro games and the stories people have with those titles that they love. Final Fantasy is still ongoing. I don't know when this is getting released, but I'm sure I'll still be doing Final Fantasy. I'll be doing that until I lose my mind and say, screw it, I'm not doing this anymore. If that sounds like me just saying screw it, like
yeah, I'm waiting to
when I finally punch out of this and say enough is enough. Well, it could be sooner than later, my friend. You never know. But to find out for yourself, go to gamerlooks4040.com. Has all of my everything there, and enjoy.
All right. And if you enjoyed this episode, over 750 other episodes of this podcast, we do movies, comics, TV shows, all sorts of content. You can find our whole catalog on Podbean. If you want to support the show, we do have Patreon. Little dog, vote in our Patreon poll. We have 1 to 2 polls a month. And when you're hearing this in April, there'll only be 1 poll because I have too much shit I have to do. So only gonna be one poll. Definitely go check out all that and great way to support the show. If you want to be on the show, if you want to suggest things, I will someday get to. If you want to just lurk or chat with us, join the Discord. You'll see a link in the show notes. We're always happy to have new people join us. I want to give a shout out to my awesome intro and outro courtesy of Helena at Hell Has Fury. Follow her on TikTok and Instagram. Definitely go check her out and check out absolutely the best podcast of Work in Progress. You see a link in the show notes of that podcast too. And please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, YouTube, audio only, and rate if you ever get podcast. Everything I need to say. So we will see you guys all next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See you.